baby. So listen, I got a word for you. When will you get to the point where you ain't sugarcoating stuff? When will you get to the point where you just gonna tell the absolute raw and uncut truth? Okay? See, you can't be moving forward, growing, and you ain't telling the truth. Okay? You got to tell the truth about how these people have made you feel. You got to tell the truth about how you done made yourself feel. Okay, let's talk about it. We got to start looking at how we have contributed to our own demise. Yes, our own demise. See, because sometimes we link up with people. Sometimes we be having these friend groups. Sometimes we have these relationships. Sometimes even these jobs, okay? And we forget who we are. We forget who we are. We forget that we are naturally talented. We forget that we are naturally beautiful. We forget that we are naturally that girl, that guy. We forget that we have the confidence. We forget that we already have the charisma. We forget that we are already that girl. We forget that we're already that guy because we've been around people that we've been trying to prove ourselves to get them to understand us, to give us our props, to give us our flowers. When really, truth of the matter is that God already gave us our flowers. Come on, when he anointed our head, he already gave us our flowers when he put us on this world. And he said that I've come so you can have life and I've come for you to have it abundantly. He already gave us our flowers when he separated us. Okay, just because you fit don't mean you belong. We got to stop trying to fit in places that was not designed for us. We wondering why we feel awkward around them people. We wondering why ain't nobody laughing at our jokes. We wondering why, okay, every time we come in the room, they looking us up and down. We wondering why every time we get something, we cop something, they cop it too. We wondering why they always got to have one up on us. That is because just because you fit don't mean you belong. Why are you trying to fit in a group? Why are you trying to appease people? Why are you trying to get people to understand something that was not meant for them to understand? How about you look at how you're contributing to your lack? How are you contributing to your lack? Are you working out still? Are you still doing your devotionals? Are you still doing what you're supposed to do for your business? Are you being consistent with your content? How are you contributing? See, at some point in time, let me tell you, you got to stop drinking milk and you got to start eating that meat. See, we're going to get down to the meat of the word, okay? We're going to get down to the meat of the word, okay? Because the Bible tells us that man can't survive by bread alone, okay? You can't survive just by off of food, okay? Just because you getting up every day, come on, God. Just because you getting up every day and you going to go clock in, you going to go make that money, let's talk about getting out of survival mode. Let's talk about getting out of survival mode. Let's talk about knowing that we know because we know when we know. Let's talk about really activating our faith on a whole nother level. Like we're getting up and we're creating the content. We're getting up and we're working out. We're getting up and we're meditating. We're getting up and we're doing all the things that we need to do. We're cleaning our house. Okay. We're taking care of our children. Okay. We're saying affirmations to ourselves. Okay. We're getting up and we're standing on business. Why? Because we're not operating in survival. Okay. We're operating from a place that we know we're going to yield results. We're operating from a place of knowing. Okay. We're operating from a place of steadfast. We're operating from a place of long suffering. We're operating from the fruits of the spirits, baby. At some point, you got to take an introspect at your life and you got to see what ain't bearing fruit. Okay, because the Bible says that everything that's not bearing fruit, to cut it at the root. Cut it at the root. You got to understand stuff. If something ain't bearing fruit in your life, it is dead. Okay, and you wondering why you feel stagnant. You wondering why you feel like you feel. This is because there are things that are in your life, baby, that have come to distract you from the purpose that God has on your life. You should feel inspired. You should feel motivated. If you don't feel inspired and you don't feel motivated, that is a clear sign that there is something going on. There's something going on. Okay, and we need to figure out what is that something that's going on. Let's look at ourselves. Let's get intimate. Intimacy. See, a lot of times people equate success to being in a relationship. People equate success to other people. But the key is how do you feel? Can you naturally look at yourself in the mirror and say you are where you want to be? You are where you're supposed to be? If not, let's reroute. Let's figure out what we can do, what we need to do to change the course, to change the trajectory of our life. Okay? Because it's not all about everybody else. Sometimes it is about us. How are we contributing? And if how we're contributing is it's because we're around people that mean us no good, then it's time for us to cut it at the root, okay? Because we're in the season of bearing fruit, period. Truth, love, and transparency always coming from your girl. Now go on with your day and remember, you big blessed. Peace.